Okay, today I'm going to be doing a little bit of repair on the Sherman. Last summer when we were test driving it, we were doing a brake turn, and the track right along here drug across some really soft tar, and it gripped onto that track and just pulled it out from underneath. And I had to replace about 20 track guides. They got broken, and a bunch of other stuff got torn apart. So I had to repair all that, put it back together, and it was fine. But then I noticed it was starting to come off a lot easier after that. And after looking closer, I found out that this rear idler, the outside bearing is fine, but the inside bearing, the hole is smushed open. And I think this bracket might be bent back here, this bracket. Yeah, this is bent. That's how you adjust the track tension, and you can see that is not level. So I'll bend that, straighten that out, and maybe I'll weld on something to reinforce it a little bit so that doesn't occur again. Well, I got the left side straightened out. It took a lot of trial and error on the 20-ton shop press, but that's good to go. I decided to take the other side out and just check it out. The rear idler wheel, that's the right side idler wheel. So this one's fine. There's no damage like on that left one. So the wheel's fine, but this shaft is a bit bent. See, I got this side of it level, and this side you can see the bubble is way off. So even though this track never got off, it still was able to bend this 3/4 inch shaft. So I'm going to go ahead and reinforce both sides. So here's what I came up with. I just made a cardboard template and made sure that fits right. Then once I got the angles and size, everything right, I went ahead and cut it out of steel with my plasma cutter. Put a couple bends in it on my shop press, and then go in here just like that to give it some strength, but still allow me to use all those bolt holes for adjustment of the idler tension, or to tension the track. So I got the other side already done here. I welded it on the inside so that the weld wouldn't beat up and get in the way of I could have a bolt be able to come through here and put a nut on the end, so I didn't want a bead of weld on this side that would get in the way of that nut, so I welded on the inside. So anyway, those will be much stronger now. This is 10 gauge steel, which is a little more than 1/8 of an inch thick. So there's no way that's gonna bend again. So here's the damage to the left rear idler wheel. The right one's fine. The left one, this guy got, I don't know, smashed out somehow. So this bearing doesn't fit in there like it should anymore. I think to fix it though, there's plenty of depth of that hole left over. I think I can take this piece off and flip it over, screw it back on, and this other side will be good. And I'll just have to repaint the one side, of course. This wheel is just made out of 2 3/4 inch thick pieces of plywood with a 2x4s in between to make it 3 inches wide. Or that's a 2x2 actually. But that makes it 3 inches wide. And then I put it on a spindle and used a belt sander to make it true, and never had a problem with it until the spindle bent and ripped that hole open. So I'll just give it a flip and a new paint job. Okay, there it is. And you can see it's, I can hold this axle at the same time. Spins real easy, nice and true. So I think we're all good. I just got to repaint that one. A little unbalanced there, but spins true anyway. So these are the two pieces that mount this bracket. So these are just wood and then a steel U-bolt to mount it onto the tank, and it goes through the hull and into a steel frame inside the tank. So, but this piece here, you can see the holes that mount this shaft here goes through these holes, and those are fine, but this is the bolt hole that holds the position of the eccentric to keep the tension on the track, and you can see it was just way overstressed. Now remember, I built this tank originally as a pedal tank, and then after a year converted it to a gas-powered 12.5 horsepower engine tank, and so I've had to address the weak points as they came up. So this is obviously one of them. So this piece is fine. It didn't show any signs of cracking or distortion or anything on both sides. This one I replaced by making this piece out of steel. This is a 1.5 square tube with a 3/16 wall, so plenty strong. And so this will come out, and I got through holes to go through the U-bolt, and it'll go there, and that will mount my my eccentric arm for the rear idler. So here's the the other side put together already. So it obviously needs another coat of paint. I wanted to put it together first to do the second coat, because this just gets all scratched up when putting it together anyway. So I didn't want that extra paint thickness on there to get it through those holes. So I'll get it all bolted together and add a second coat of paint. Okay, I got everything put back together. Got the tracks tensioned up, and should be ready to go again. So that's it for this episode. Maybe I had to fire this thing up and give it a drive. It's been sitting since August, I think. Next up, I'm going to get this thing ready to put on a trailer. I only use this thing once or twice a year, so if I can put it on a trailer, I can get it to some more events. And so I got to add some tie-down points on the front. It's got these towing lugs here, but those are wood. Those are just for looks. So I might have to replace those with steel, or I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there yet. And I might add a support for the turret for traveling. It's on those 5 rollers, and I don't know if bouncing on the trailer on the highway, if those might get damaged. So I might make a travel support for the turret. I'll make hatches. You know, there's nothing holding these down except gravity, so I wouldn't want to hit a bump. This catches some wind and then gets ripped off, so maybe I'll secure the hatches down, make some tow attachment points, and it would be good to put this up on a trailer. So that'll be coming up next. Thanks for watching.